We're back live on Facebook just before we go live on the radio. Tell us what you're doing, Georgie.
Oh my goodness. Well, these infused sour cherries with amaretto, which you can see, look at the sauce is sort of thickened up and it's rather lovely. So we've just put a couple into the profiterole shell. And now we've got the Isle of Man creamer's cream, which I have whipped up. I actually like to use a little bit of mascarpone as well because it gives it some strength and body. Look at that. That is rather delicious. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Beth's special little dish here. And we're going to dip it in chocolate.
We're on Facebook Live at the moment, so do go over. You can see Georgie. We've just been showing how to stuff profiteroles with amaretto cherries and dip them in chocolate. And we've just actually been finishing off this pastry, haven't we? You used your big machine over here, Georgie. Yes. What was going on here?
So what we've got here is we've got the Kenwood. We do love Kenwood. Kenwood does sponsor the Cook Shack. And so they sent us these lovely machines over. And we've got here, maybe Sarah can see, this lovely choux pastry. And this is just perfect because it's dropping consistency. So what we've done is we've added the Manx eggs to the butter and water and flour mixture. And that's now all ready to be put onto a buttered tray and popped in the oven.
Do you know, baking is like a little bit of magic, isn't it? It's just incredible.
It's not just magic, it's also extremely creative and artistic as well, isn't it?
So you need to, well it is, but what you need to do with these is you need to leave plenty of space. And you think, oh, that's teeny, don't you? That's a teeny little ball there. But you know what? These will at least double in size, probably treble in size actually. Wow. So you leave lots of room in between.
And what sort of temperature? Because I know obviously with the Arga it's a bit different, but if you were using a normal oven, what temperature?
Well, we're going to use the Miele today. We're just going to use the normal oven, and I've put it onto Fan Plus, and it's pretty hot, but we're going to do about 205 degrees on Fan Plus. It likes a very hot temperature for about 25 minutes.
And how do you know if they're done?
Well, we will open up the oven, and we'll see them all lovely and brown on top, and they will have puffed up, and they will be just ready for you all to put some cream and some sour cherries in and to dip in chocolate, and yeah, they'll be perfect.
Lovely. So she's just a whiz at this. And also, I'm going to break you away for a minute from your pastry because we were talking before about these making use of old tortillas that you have. And I have to say, until yesterday, I did have some lying around and they'd just gone a little bit stale, and so I got rid of them. If only I'd known, Georgie, because tell us what you can do with them here.
Well, you can put them in the freezer as well, which is great. Yes, pop them in the freezer. We were talking about staple diets or what you have in your cupboard. I think tortillas is a perfect thing. Sarah was mentioning hummus. Again, it lasts a long time in the fridge if you buy it, and you can always jazz it up by putting some extra virgin oil with it on top, maybe some herbs, some sumac, you know, that lovely Moroccan spice, and you can make it look pretty fancy. So what we've done here is we've just sprayed with a little bit of light spray oil, and we've cut up the tortillas, which were going a bit hard and they were a bit old. And I'm just going to put some pepper, grind some fresh pepper on them, and also some little bit of salt, teeny bit of salt. And I've got some herbs, and just sprinkle some herbs over them. And we're going to put those in again into a hot oven near the top at about 200 degrees for 5 minutes, and they will bake and go hard. And then, as I said, you can put them into, you've got one there, haven't you, Beth?
Leave it there.
And then what you can do is, would you fancy putting some of that artichoke? Have you tried that,
Oh,
Beth?
do you know, I don't think I have tried enough.
I don't think you've tried that.
There's none left for the rest of us. This girl has devoured the entire pot of that artichoke dip. I don't know. You've got to save some. The thing I love about those as well, those lovely crispy tortillas, is they're party food, really, aren't they? And also the fact that they would be brilliant for kids.
Oh, absolutely. They would be super, but also if you have the tortillas and make them into quesadillas and with some cheese and peppers or whatever you've got lying in the bottom of your fridge, you can make lovely sort of delicious meals.
You don't have to be fancy, do you? Because I always have that fear, you know, if somebody turns up unexpectedly and you're like, oh, I should really offer them something to eat, but I'll just only put beans on toast. Actually, something like this looks really, really brilliant, but doesn't take a lot of effort.
Again, with the artichoke dip, you can make a lot of it and you can put it in the freezer, into Tupperware, or into bags, and then just get it out and just bake it
Have you got some in the freezer?
I don't, because
I'm asking for a friend.
I don't, but you know what? I'm going to let you go home with some today that you can cook at home. So, yeah.
I think you know that she wouldn't leave without it anyway. Can I make a culinary suggestion? Would pine nuts go nicely in that?
Oh,
You can
that would
say
be
no.
interesting. No, I think that would be. You can. No, it's interesting in that I've never tried that. But you can put anything you like. That's why I love the water chestnuts in it, because you've got, the artichokes are quite soft, but then you've got that lovely crunch of the water chestnuts, which just gives it another dimension, doesn't it?
And do you know what as well? One of the things that I think is brilliant about the fact that we've been able to do this today is that you were out quite late last night, weren't you, Georgie? Because tell us where you were.
Well, I hardly ever go out because I have course after course after course. But one of my favourite singers was over, and Caro Emerald. She's a Dutch singer, and she's very Latino and Cuban, and my favourite kind of music. So we were at the Villa Marina, and it was one of the best nights I've had on the Isle of Man. Absolutely super. The whole audience was up for a great night, and I think they were delighted to be here. They'd had a few problems getting to the island, and I think they begged, stealed and borrowed instruments when they got here. They gave us a fabulous performance. I tell you, we're very fortunate in the Isle of Man. We do get quite a lot of high-end groups, and there's a lot going on here.
There really is, and we just scratched the surface here at the Cook Shack, but it's been a wonderful trip out here once again. Beth, Martin, thank you so much for being part of our visit today. Can you tell people how they can come up to Smale and have one of those tours?
If they ring 880-888, preferably in groups of 6 or more, and we'd be delighted to show them round.
Wonderful, thank you so much. As we say, all the details of the recipes today will be on the website very shortly. So, Christy, if you could make me some artichoke dip for tomorrow.
I'll do my best. We should also say Beth was also talking about disability networks, and you can find out more information about that by emailing disabilitynetworks@manx.net, and it is a signposting website that combines all of the different services here on the Isle of Man that are related to disabilities, and so it's an excellent tool for you.
We are going to be back tomorrow. It is once at a time again for midweek mindfulness with Mike Cooley. But I think in honour of Georgie and just to remind her of last night, we should play something for her now. What do you reckon?
Well, I think we should. And Caro Emerald, as we were talking about, has a number of songs, but it just felt like the most appropriate one we could possibly end with would be Liquid Lunch. So we're going to finish with that. But just so that you know, you can go to the Facebook, see all the videos. We're on Instagram. We're all over the place with everything we did today, and we'll post the recipes as well. But would you like to introduce Caro and Liquid Lunch for us, Georgie?
Oh, how lovely. Thank you so much. And can we dedicate it to everybody who was there last night, and unfortunately those who couldn't be there because they missed a real treat. Thank you so much. So here she is.